This is my Bravo 3, Spark River Bravo 3 and CPM 3V. There's the sheath I made for it. Pretty good sheath. But anyways, this blade, as you can see in the title, it's got some rollings in there. You can see that this first mark, you see that little tiny warp in the blade? I can feel that with my finger. Well, there's another one right next to it. Well, that made me want to go use it, go chop some wood, and I did. You can see that third one. It's pretty big. So you know what happened? Let me go show you what happened. So this is what happened. I'm out over here at my stump. That's the piece of wood I was cutting, and the other piece of wood I was cutting flew all the way over here whenever I finally got done with it at that last little cut down there. You see how little it is? How much little the wood went through? Right there. That was the last cut that made the warp, the big warp, not too big, on the blade, on the CPM. This wood right here was the wood that made the warp on that last part. What I was doing was just cutting it at an angle, then it was real little down there, and I'm like, okay, here, let me just, you know, kind of like pendulum, you know, the thing through there. Looked at it, I'm like, now there's a bigger warp. I'm gonna straighten that out, and I'm gonna be very careful with it now. I'm not gonna use it like a beater machete. So I thought CPM 3V was some serious tough stuff, meaning it's not gonna bend. It's just not gonna. What it will do is chip, though. That's what I thought. I thought it was more chippy than other steels, because it was just more harder steel. Look at the geometry behind the edge there. That is really thin, super thin. So that's like that's like as thin as a razor blade. So I'm not going to be chopping any more hard, dry wood by no means. Only green wood. It's not an axe. If you want to use it as that, you could have a thicker grind on there, you know. But right before I did that, and it did that to the blade, I was doing this to this here wood, and it's some fat wood right here. Smells delicious. Smells like my school, my elementary school. Whenever I was in elementary class, it smelled like the classroom. So I'm going to straighten out that edge right there with the hammer on my railroad track. Then I'm going to chop a whole bunch of green branches and green wood and only stuff like that. But my Work Tough gear V44X, I have no problem swinging that thing and just penduluming it through there as hard as I can. I have no worries about the blade. But this blade, if I was to do that again, I know I could chip it. I could roll it. I could really hit it hard, and I don't know if it's been tampered with since I've had it. But that's weird, that little roll there. But I'm gonna straighten it out. Then I'm gonna cut a whole bunch of green wood, and I'm gonna see if it messes up again. But you can carve ironwood with this knife. You can do some fine chopping tasks, some chip carving. You can use it as a tool whenever you're cutting wood very easily. Yeah, this is a finely ground knife, like the other Bravo series. It's a fine ground knife. It's a thin ground knife. So it's good for wood carving. And if you're using a wood carver as a hardwood chopper, probably not the best thing, you know. Especially some green softwoods. This thing goes straight through there. Some green softwoods, and it's wet. Oh yeah.